uh, I think I believe that we need to do things to make our lives better. Mm-hmm. And when I say I don't mean to say this from a very egoistic point of view, but it is more like going back to Bhagavad Gita, right? Which primarily focuses on your actions. The outcomes are not in your hands, but you still have to act. I mean, which could also mean coming to this session, for example, trying to seek something more, in your life. How do you kind of relate this, because I know there's a disconnect between, how I may be thinking and what you just said. Mm-hmm. How do you relate to this concept? Because unless we do things, how do we expect things to become better? We talk about passion, commitment, fire in the belly to get things done. So how do you kind of relate this?
Yeah. So the attitude, because non-doership doesn't mean not doing anything. That's often, because of the words non-doership, it can easily mean, I have to stop doing and just sit still. What it refers to is our attitude to what is happening. So in life, the person is going to continue to function. So the non-doership is an attitude of seeing what is happening as a happening and not my doing. So acceptance doesn't mean to accept and then not to act. Acceptance means, in a particular moment, I accept that this is destiny in this moment, but I also accept that it could be my destiny to act to try and improve the situation. Right? Where if we think that acceptance is to accept and not act, that might be a belief that is somehow getting in the way of our natural functioning. So what this says is, if the water pipe that you've just had fixed bursts open, there needs to be a recognition that that's life. Pain is being delivered. You paid a lot of money to fix the water pipe, and now it's burst open again. So, pain, and understand my happiness is not to be found in pleasure, 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 pleasure. And then that doesn't mean you sit there looking at the water pipe, zen, like thinking that acceptance means seeing the water flow out for the rest of your life. With the acceptance that in this moment there is pain, not what I would like, you then function according to your makeup and do whatever you can to improve the situation, knowing that the outcome is not in your control. What tends to happen is we do what we can to improve a situation, but we remain attached to the outcome. And so when the outcome doesn't happen, we are in resistance to the fact the outcome hasn't happened. So this is saying, no, your biological intelligence is going to try and fix a situation. And so it should. Just don't be attached to the outcome. So this means if you see a beggar on the street, acceptance is, I accept it's their destiny, but I also accept that in the next moment it could be my destiny to give them some money. And in the same vein, we see a beggar on the street, we accept it's their destiny, and we might see that we don't give them money in that instant, and there's an acceptance of that. So hopefully that makes it clear that this is not saying that you shouldn't aim to improve your life. You will function according to your makeup, and you'll be able to try and improve your life as best you can, and the outcome is not in your control. So in the Bhagavad Gita, when Arjuna said, I can't fight my relatives and my gurus. Maybe my relatives, but my gurus, no. And Krishna's response to him was, you are a warrior, meaning you've been designed by life as a warrior. You must fight. You will fight because that's your design.
That's your makeup.
Yeah. So you will act. You will fight. And then he said, but as time, I have already killed them. So it means you aren't the doer of the fighting. You are the instrument through which me as time, meaning the story of life, I've already killed them. Right? So the outcome is my doing, not your doing. So you will act, but the outcome is not in your control.